Welcome to Astoria Film Festival's virtual step and repeat interviews. Today we're speaking with Ralph Toporoff about his web series, The Blue Marble. So if you would tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what motivated you to create The Blue Marble.
Oh, okay. So I've been around for quite a while. I started in this industry in 1966. I started in the camera department. And I worked with directors like Arthur Penn and Cassavetes and people like that,
Wow.
working as camera operator and things like that. At that time, it was mandatory that you did 5 years before you could move up to cinematographer. So I did my 5 years and then moved up to cinematography and then worked as a cinematographer for about 25 years. And then I switched to directing through the Directors Guild. And created my own feature film called American Blue Note, which went around the world, got picked up all over the place. And then had a few of my own companies where we worked with the networks, we worked with the Sci-Fi Channel, with Oxygen, and all these other people. And have always sort of written and directed my own projects along the way. I think it was basically to keep my sanity, but...
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I also, I would say it's at least 20 years now, I became an adjunct at School of Visual Arts in New York, where I taught at the film division and I taught directing and producing. The nice thing about dealing with young folks is that they tend to talk about things that you go, what is that? And this was the whole idea behind the web series. They were talking about web series, they're doing this and that and everything else. And I was really way behind the ball here trying to figure out what the heck, okay, web series. All right. So I got involved with a friend of mine who had written a web series and asked me if I would direct it. And I did that. And then I thought, okay, well, I got to catch up. So we're going to try to do this web series. And that's how I got to The Blue Marble. Now, the subject matter is a whole different thing. I've been in this so long and I've been to so many places. And suddenly there was this one thing that was sort of a universal theme. Bureaucracy was universal. And the pinnacle of it is I had to go down to the DMV and get a new driver's license. I have a 2 o'clock appointment here. And they said, yeah, I know, but no. The computers are down and we can't take your confirmed appointment. So I said, what is the alternative to this? And they said, see that line over there? Which stretched to about the Hudson River? You have to go stand on that line. I said, okay. I went and stood on that line. And I was told that I have to fill out a form, all these forms with all this information. And I looked at the form and I said, but this is all the information that you already have because that's how I got my last license. And they said, we know, but you have to fill out the new form. So, that's the way, and the day continued like that, I came home and I was talking to my wife about it, and she said, I think the whole planet runs on bureaucracy. And that was the beginning of the thing. I said, you know what? I bet you the entire universe runs on bureaucracy. And I'm just going to sit down and write. I got to do this web series. So I'm going to do a little web series about how the universe runs on bureaucracy. And that was the whole history of The Blue Marble.
I mean, it reminded me a lot. I don't know if you'd seen the Monty Python sketch with the argument clinic.
Right.
That very much is what it brought up to my mind.
Actually, was a big fan of Douglas Adams' He wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Of course.
And there was a chapter in there about they hitchhike onto this spaceship, and it's a spaceship full of middlemen. And they have been sent, they were told they are going to repopulate a new planet, but in fact, the old planet was trying to get rid of all the middlemen. So they send them out into space, and they go there, and they land on this planet, and then the two heroes of the book, they go wandering off for 6 months, and they come back, and they look around, and in a 6-month period, absolutely nothing has happened on this planet. and he walks over to the guy who was leading this group and said, my God, you don't even have fire. And he says, well, you know, we had meetings about that. Yeah.
So what are you working on these days? Writing?
Yeah, well, I mean, what you're seeing is just the beginnings of the series, and I've written the first season all the way to the end. So that's coming along, and that's sort of fun. At the same time, I've been, before I even got into the industry, I lived in Europe for 5 years, in France, as a photographer. So this is what I'm attempting to do now, is to sort of write this 5 years of expat in Paris. But I'm very surprised because I have never attempted to write something like a book before. And God, I sure appreciate scripts now that I'm trying to write a book. It is horrific. And then the other problem is I want to stick to a particular period of time, but then suddenly I realize to clarify what I'm saying, I have to back up before that. And then I write that, and then you have to clarify that. And you still have to go, wait a minute, I'm back in the womb. How did I get back there? Yeah.
It was funny you were saying about the kids introducing you to the concept of a web series. I'd written up a script for one of our workshops, and I got a text, this slaps. And I was like,
okay, right.
Is that good? Is that bad? Like,
exactly.
No idea what you just said. And he literally sent me like an Urban Dictionary clip of what it
good. Okay, Nina. So
I understand how you feel.
What does it mean?
It's good. It's good.
It's good. Okay.
It slaps. It's a slapping script. I was like, who knew? I did not know. Well, it was a pleasure.
Same here.
Thank you so much. Please
Great.
take care of yourself, and I hope we see you in October. Thank you so much.
Okay, Nina.
Take care, Ralph. Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye.